Okay, Hazmig here. I got the bike out of the garage. It's on right now. Fuel is going. So it's time to do this test. So let me see. How can I do this so I won't make a big mess? I thought about doing it on the grass over there, but I don't think that's a good idea. I'll kill the grass. So let me go find something to put it down on so we can do it sideways. I think I have an idea. We're gonna do a 5-second and like a 10-second test. So we're gonna turn it on its side for 10 seconds, and then I'll probably kill the engine first, and then we'll drop it on. We'll put it on its side. We'll lay it on its side on the on that stool there. Okay, so there is no fuel coming out of that thing. My stool, unfortunately. But there's no fuel coming out of it. And it's like sideways right now. Let me turn it on. Oh, there's fuel coming out of the side. Where's the fuel coming out of? Oh, it's coming out of the airbox. Okay, well there's fuel. It's draining fuel right now. I don't know where. I think it's coming from the airbox. Go pull the airbox open and see if it's coming out of there. So no fuel came out of that vent. Okay, so I went and looked, and it looks like it's coming out of the carb bowl. There's a like a little port down there. I don't know why it comes out of there because it should be closed. But it comes out of there when it starts leaking. Maybe that's the one we have to connect it to. I'm not sure, because it didn't come out of that. It didn't come out of that hose on the side, that's for sure. So I might need a dual port catch can now. This may not work unless I tee it in, and I don't know if that's a good idea to do or not. The hose. The catch can hose to the bottom of the carb port right there, but I can't really get to it right now because the exhaust is too hot. I kind of rode it around the block a little bit. Boy, does it! It feels a lot lower than than it was before. Okay, so we got it mounted on there again. Okay, I got it on the. So this time I put the stock hose back on this guy, and I routed it back down there. I don't know why it's pointing at the shock again, but whatever. So we're gonna go and just gonna go and tip the bike to the side, see if it fills up the catch can. Alright, so the first test was kind of a fail. I found that it leaked out somewhere else, and then now when I put the hose into the bowl, well, the carb is right behind the frame there. You can't really see it. When I put the when I connect the hose there, there's nothing comes out of it. So what's the dealio, man? I'm gonna have to do some more research on like where to connect stuff to the carb if you want to make a catch can for it. So unfortunately today is a fail. I thought I got it all done today. I don't think we're gonna be able to make it to the track on Monday if I can't figure this out. Alright, so that's it for now. I'll do more research. Also, I wanted to mention I'm very disappointed that I did not get to, that the bike is not ready to go today. I was hoping to get it ready to go today, but it just damn it. I spent a lot of time on that catch can making that catch can all nice and pretty and everything, and then it didn't work, so it's not catching any fuel, fortunately. Alright, but anyway, back to the drawing board. We'll have to figure out how to hook that catch can up properly. Okay, hey, this is Mega here. It's the Sunday before I'm gonna head out to the track. Supposedly, I didn't think they were gonna do it because last time we didn't. The catch can kind of failed. So today we're going to go do a second test. And I've also modified it a little bit. So here I'll go over what I did. So now there's the line for the vent right here, the carb vent, and it goes underneath here, and then there's the line for the drain right here. Now, from what I understand, if the bike is not if that screw is closed all the way, there shouldn't be any fuel coming out of there. That's supposed to be a drain for the bowl. Sure, you just need to drain the bowl for whatever reason. But apparently, fuel comes out of it when you tip the bike over. So, and I think that's normal. Pretty sure that's normal. My other bikes do that too. And then that line from the bowl comes here to this T here. So I went ahead and got some cutters, and I used that spare line, the extra line I had that came from this. I teed it into here, so now they're together. So all this is just a big venting system for the fuel system, I think. So we're gonna see if let's see, I left the fuel on, damn it. So I'm just gonna tip the bike over, and then we'll see if we make any spills. If we, one, it has to not make a spill, and two, we're checking to see if the catch can drain. Sorry, it's kind of in the shade right now. It's really bright outside. So, all right, I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of gently lay the bike down. Probably not all the way, but. Okay, so no leaks. That looks good. We're gonna go fire it up, and then we'll dump the bike now. Okay, so what I did for this test is what we did was I turned the bike on this time. I dumped it on this side. I lowered it as far as I could without actually touching the ground. And then I did the same thing on the other side. And then what else? Kind of tired from holding the bike up. Kind of out of shape here. And then I cut the throttle off to kind of simulate like going down. Like if you were to go down, the bike's going to go down, and then hopefully you're well enough to get up and get to your bike, and maybe your bike might still be running on its side. Apparently it was still running, so I killed the throttle. That's what you would normally do, and then pick the bike up, and then yeah. So that was just simulating, having like a drop or something, or a crash on the track, heaven forbid. So some fuel did come out into the catch can. Not a lot. So I think this catch can will be enough. Not a lot of fuel comes out, and it still ran okay. Let's go ahead and fire it up real quick. But yeah, I'll show you. So there's the catch can. It filled up a little bit. It's kind of hard to see because it's in the shadow, but you can see the fuel jiggling around. Okay, alright, so it's running. The carb was a little bit flooded. I just gave it a little gas and it started right again. So the good thing is there's no fuel spill underneath the bike. The catch can caught all the fuel that came out. Yeah, so I guess if you ever go down, you gotta make sure you get it back up and drain that right away. So we'll go over draining it after this. So it looks like we're good. No other fuel is dripping off of the bike that I can see. I think I may do the test one more time. So let's go ahead and do the test one more time. It seems like when you lean the bike on the left, because where the catch can and all the lines are routed, it drains when it goes on the left. But when it goes on the right, it doesn't. So I don't know. Should probably stall the carb or something. Stall the engine. Okay, so this time it actually stalled. I think if the bike is tipped over like a whole lot, it's going to stall because it'll just choke itself. Like as you can see, more fuel went into the catch can, so that's good. There's no fuel on the ground, so we'll go do the same test on the other side. Man, this bike is so easy to pick up. That's another thing I like about this bike. It's light. Alright, so as you can see there, that we'll take a look at it better in the garage, but the catch can filled up with a little more fuel. It seems like it doesn't want to stall when you dump it on the right, but on the left, when for whatever reason it stalled. I leaned it over like a good amount, pretty much all the way. Actually, these axle sliders don't even touch the ground. The pegs touch the ground before the axle sliders do. If anything, the axle sliders will dab the surface of the ground, and that would be it. You know, it wouldn't really slide on those. It would probably slide on the handguard and the foot peg sliders. So there we go. That's all the track day equipment tested right there. Okay, so let's go wheel it back into the garage and then, okay, I apologize for the washing machine noises. Someone's doing laundry right now. So there you have it. There is some fuel that came in the catch can. So I'd imagine there's probably two ways you can drain it. I think what I'm probably just going to do is just unscrew the bowl. So we're just going to unscrew the bowl right now. I probably want, this is what I'm doing right now. I'm just kind of wiggling the lines a little bit to get all that fuel that's hanging around in there out, and then we'll go unscrew the bowl. Get this out of the way a little bit. So there were no drips at all on the pavement, and that's good. That's the goal. Let's just go from here. I hope the fuel doesn't dry out any of the O-ring seals on this. Okay, so there's two ways to drain this. That fuel looks clean. It has a little, oh, it's leaking from the thingamajigger here, man. That kind of sucks. Yeah, it's leaking from the valve. What the hell? So I'm thinking the reason somebody returned this valve is because it doesn't work. So what I might do is find a way to plug the hole here. So we'll get a little bit more capacity out of this, and then that's what we'll just do. We'll just unscrew it and we'll dump it. So yeah, it's leaking now, right? See, so that's not good. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna dump this fuel back in the gas tank. The beauty of this is it kind of acts as like a fuel filter and a catch can at the same time. So. Trying your best not to get it dirty. So that valve is a no-go. We have to find a way to fix that, to plug it up. What we could do is try to JB weld it. I was thinking of using it as a drain, but it leaks. It's like it's no good. Somebody broke it. Anyway, well, I'm just gonna let this sit out and evaporate the rest of the fuel that's in here, and then we'll just have to figure out. I guess it's good enough to go to the track for now, but yeah, I gotta take this valve out and then just plug it somehow. We can probably just, if I can find a rubber plug, I can probably just plug it with something, but we'll see. Anyway, it looks like the test passed for the actual system. The bowl did not pass because it leaked, but that's okay. We'll figure something out there. But I think we can go to the track tomorrow. That seems okay. Just as long as when you if I do dump the bike, hopefully not, that we clean we empty the bowl right away. All right, so looks like it passed. I'm gonna go put the classics back on the bike. Yeah, I was just saying, the last time I did this test, I was very frustrated because I've been working on this bike for a long time. For it seems like forever, like a whole month is what's going on here. So that's why I was really frustrated last time. I wanted this project to be like done with because I have other stuff to do. I need to work on my DR. So yeah, I think we're done. I just have to fix this bowl. Maybe we can just JB weld it shut. That's what we can do. That might be the way to go. I think JB weld can handle fuel. I don't know how to look at it. All right, let's make out. Okay, Hazemaker here. I'm doing an update video on the KLX140, so I'll just tell you what I got going on here. So just remember the last time I took it to the track, and then there were some things I wanted to do to it before we go back. I have not been to the track since then. So the number one thing I want to fix today is this guy here, the Catchcan. So if you remember last time from the last part of the video, the Catchcan video, and this thing is on here really tight. This Catchcan leaks. It's leaky, and we need to fix it. So what we got to do is takes forever. Okay. So what we got to do? I never dumped the bike when I was at the track. So, but what we got to do is ditch this valve here. This thing is like no good. It is no bueno. I think that's the reason why it had been in the package. It was already in an open package because someone messed it up and then they put it back and they returned it. So, damn them. So, anyway, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna plug it. So the way we're gonna empty it, if it does fill it with fuel, is just the way just the way I took it off right now. Just unscrew it, take it off the bottom, and then and yeah, so what we got to do is just basically block this off. There's a couple ways we can do it, but I think the easiest thing to do would be just to put a bolt in there. Put a bolt in there with some kind of gasket to keep it from leaking, and then we just unscrew it when we need to dump the fuel. Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so the Husky air inline air water filter thing is held in by like an 8mm Allen head nut, plastic one. So basically, just get that in there. I guess hold it on the other end so it doesn't rotate. It should come out. Okay. No problem with this guy leaking, so I think we're just going to. I'm just going to chuck it. What we're going to do. There it is. So we just gotta go find a way to plug this hole. So there's a couple ways I think you could do it. We could probably just use like a JB weld and JB weld the bottom, just glue it shut, or we could stuff a bolt in there. So I think the easiest thing to do is stuff a bolt. And I mean, if we wanted to add a different kind of valve later, we could. So I'm basically going to chuck this setup right here. All right, there it is. I've done it. So that's pretty much it. So this is what it is. I found this bolt. I don't know what size this bolt is, but it's a SAE bolt. I just had it lying around. It looks like a 3/8. I think it's a 3/8 bolt. It has a 3/8 bolt with the flange nut here, and then I used a grommet. Let me get the size for that. Yeah, so it's a 7/16 grommet, I think. It's so I just had this box full of grommets and that I got from Harbor Freight, and so I just kind of screwed that onto here, and that's our gasket, and then we stick it on the bottom here. We could probably do it both ways too. We could probably do it that way also. That would work. I don't know. What do you think looks cleaner? Because one will seal from the inside and one will seal from the outside. And we might be able to put 2 gaskets, but I think one will be fine. I think it's better like that. Yeah. Yeah, and then I could kind of hand tighten it too. You probably don't want it too tight, but you can see it's kind of crushing the gasket in there, the grommet, and I think that'll be fine. And we'll just hopefully, I'm not planning on crashing too much, so hopefully we won't really be needing this. But what I will do next, so I will hand tighten it as tight as I can make it by hand. Okay, and then that looks pretty sweet right there. Adds a little bit of weight to it, unfortunately, but I'm gonna go put some water in it, and we'll see if it leaks. Okay, so I have filled it with water, and it doesn't appear to be leaking. That's a good thing. It doesn't appear to be leaking, but what I'll do is I'll take some water out. I'll probably take half of this water out, and then I'll screw it into the unit, the Catchcan unit, and then I will come back in like 20-something minutes and see if it leaked. All right, but it looks good so far. That's just hand tight, and it looks pretty good. I like it. All right, okay, so it's back in there. So we're gonna go wait like 20 minutes. See if it leaks at all. Any leaky? Maybe I'll put a piece of paper underneath it to catch it and see if any water drips down, but I think we're good. Yeah. So, all right. So see you in 20 minutes. Okay, just make it here. It is the next day since we did our little modification on the bowl here, and it looks like it's dry. It's not dripping anywhere. I forgot to put a piece of paper underneath it, but it looks like all the water is still in there. Maybe some of it had evaporated, but yeah. My hands are kind of moist right now. I just washed the dishes too, so it's hard to tell. But yeah, I think we're good. So there you go. There's a little. If your valve is not working on the air compressor Catchcan, you can plug it up with a bolt. So I think that was a 3/8 bolt is what I said it was, and I used a grommet as a gasket. So I got mucho grommets in my kit, and I'll show you what it looked like. I think I showed you what it looked like, but I'll show you again. Okay, so here we go in the little workshop here. I got tons of little grommets here, and I don't use them enough. I actually use them as like rubber washers and stuff. So, but yeah, I think I used like this one right here on the bottom. It's kind of hard to see, but just find the one that fits, and then I just use bolts like this, pretty much. And then that did the trick. And so if it ever leaks again and I need to change the gasket, it's easy. I got stuff. You can probably use a rubber washer too if you have anything like that as a gasket. So there it goes. So I will demonstrate emptying it. Probably just take it into the bathroom sink. There also is there is a O-ring on this also. I will not show you where it is. I will kind of show you where it is, but not really. I believe there's a Phillips head screw on the bottom of this filter. You just take that out. The filter comes out, and then the whatchamacallit, the O-ring for the bowl comes out too. So if it starts leaking from the top, then you'll need to replace that O-ring. Just make sure you don't lose that. Yeah, but anyway, it's pretty much it just everything will just trickle down. It's not like a air compressor where you have to worry about air coming out of it. Remember, this thing's designed for 150 psi, so so it's all good, man. All right, so there it is. I will not. Well, I don't know. I guess you could dump fuel in your like garbage in your toilet. Don't say, "Hey, I get told you to do that."
This is how Xfinity makes life simple, easy,
Okay, I'm just gonna dump that in there. That's just water. Okay, and then yeah, you just put it back the way you found it. So that's it. That is the final. That is the final Hades Omega spec Catchcan for the KLX140 Supermoto project. So I am pretty confident that is it. So that's that. I will leave this to dry the bowl out, but I think we're pretty much done with the KLX for now.